Greetings and welcome to a Friday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is July 25th. Andy, how are we doing?
Brendan, I gotta say, sometimes you're doing okay, sometimes you're not. I'd say I'm skewing towards the latter. I just travel's kicking my ass this week, and just dealt with a lot of delays yesterday. Made just an excruciatingly long day, and so I'm just I'm going through the motions this morning. I'm excited to just
what a good
whip around here,
Yeah, I'm not feeling good either. Worse for the wear, just post Ireland travel. So this is just a great sell to the audience here in minute one. Going through the motions. I'm underwhelmed, just whelmed in general. But yeah, we'll do a little whip around Friday, a little classic whip around Friday.
What would be the difference between I'm not gruntled and I'm not disgruntled, but I'm shading towards disgruntled? What would be
apathetic, ennui, ambivalent? There's a bunch we could go with for that.
I got a question for you.
Please do. Let it rip.
Are you excited about Happy Gilmore 2?
Are you trying to get me going here? Are you trying to work me up? Did I talk about this?
There's a reason I'm asking the question. I know that there's something that you got something here. I don't know if you saw that Scottie Scheffler was at the world premiere of Happy Gilmore 2.
I mean,
were you aware of that?
For a guy who says, the joys and spoils of winning are fleeting, and one way to make them more fleeting is to go to Happy Gilmore 2 premiere in New York the day after you win the Open in Ireland. I mean, well, that's not a way to celebrate. I wasn't a Happy Gilmore 1 person, if I'm being completely honest. I'm
pretty worried. I'm pretty worried about the sequel. I'm not going to lie.
There's all these things just playing on nostalgia these days. And it seems like that's all they're doing. Now, a great feat to get all these PGA Tour pros in it. But I imagine.
Do you think they're good actors?
No. I'm sure they're stiff and out of place. Remember LeBron thought he was a movie star for a minute and he was terrible. And I hate to be critical of LeBron.
He's a movie star.
Yeah, and
big golf guy now.
I mean, big golf guy. I don't mind, fast food every once in a while, junk food. But this is going to be just completely vapid and horrible. I'm sorry. The movie's going to be horrible. My kids want to see it, so that's good. It's not for me, I guess. But it's even as empty calories go, there's no way it's good. I wasn't happy. It's just playing on your nostalgia and trying to make a quick buck and integrated all these PGA Tour stars. That's my expectation, but if my kids like it, so be it.
I mean, if you think about it, how old's your oldest kid? 10, 11?
12.
12?
Yeah.
That's about the age you were when Happy Gilmore 1 came out.
That seems fair. Yeah.
It was 96 when it came out.
Okay.
I was 9.
13. Yeah.
Happy Gilmore was absolutely fundamentally a part of me falling in love with golf. That and Tiger Woods.
Yeah. There was no golf in pop culture then. You know what I mean? There weren't golf movies. There weren't golf pieces of work, right? It just wasn't a part of pop culture. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what made the Happy Gilmore 1 such a success.
Yeah.
And now what I'm worried about is golf is too cool, and this is going to be playing to trying to stroke too many people in Hollywood and people in the sports egos, and it's going to be at the expense of any sort of good movie.
I guess the standard's a little higher for me now. I don't know. If you're asking me to spend 90 minutes on anything, it's got to be.
Well, I
was
going to go
try to watch a movie on the flight. Nothing even. I'm this is all terrible. Nothing even passed the bar on that. There were 100 choices.
What'd you go with? Did you pick one?
No, I didn't.
What'd you do? Did you just raw dog it? Stare at the flight screen?
I read a book. I read a book. I mean, instead of killing brain cells watching things like Happy Gilmore 2, I read a book. That's a long flight back. PJ, are you excited for Happy Gilmore 2?
No, not at all. But
Come on. Somebody's got to be excited on this pod.
I mean, I do have to say that Collin Morikawa is building out a nice IMDb page between his starring role in Stick. You got Wyndham Clark. I don't know if you guys have followed any of that.
No,
I've watched it. Did you watch it? I watched the whole thing.
I haven't finished it yet, but they're putting out social promos with Keegan and Wyndham and Collin Morikawa, and God, it's like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. They're just so stiff.
Happy Gilmore too.
No, for Stick. The Owen Wilson
show.
Yeah.
But then Collin apparently is also prominently featured in Happy Gilmore too. So good for him.
I mean, I don't know. Scottie can do whatever he wants, but come on. You win the Claret Jug in Ireland.
Did you see that he brought it and he called it the Open Championship Trophy? He didn't even call it the Claret Jug. They went, "What do you have in your hand?" He goes, "Well, this is the Open Championship Trophy." It was the red carpet interview.
He's where he's at and he can do whatever he wants, but I mean, I'm going ham in Ireland. I'm not flying to New York. Let's enjoy the joys and spoils of winning. That's how you make it more fleeting. What's the point?
Well,
what's the point of going to New York? And this is just
hold on. Let's just
all these like people that are just like, it's a thirst bucket central on that. That's all it is. People just trying to get seen in pictures on a red carpet.
I want to point out, we're not talking about like a cultural guy here.
That's
like,
well, I wasn't going to go there.
We can express like all the platitudes about his golf game here, but he brought up like wanting to go to Chipotle. Like as one of his biggest.
I'm too famous to go to Chipotle.
Too famous to go to Chipotle, and he's had to go to a new Chipotle. Because it's like, all right, well, you think if you live somewhere, you might find a place that serves like a better burrito than Chipotle that's local. I'm sure there's some good local places, but this is just.
When was the last time you went to Chipotle?
Honestly, well, I got Qdoba in an airport yesterday, so I guess terrible. That like that kind of disqualify. I feel like that doesn't count.
No, airport doesn't. You make do with what you can,
I can't even remember the last time I went to Chipotle. You know what I do? I go to local places. I mean, I can foresee Scottie Scheffler being like a giant chain restaurant guy.
I mean, I can too. Yes, but
like I don't think this is a man that's got like extraordinary taste. So the idea of celebrating in Ireland probably offended him. He probably I need to get back to America.
Do you think he could power rank Applebee's, TGI Fridays, and Ruby Tuesdays? Like, do you think he has like a total tier list there?
I think he's probably stepped up. He's probably like at a higher tier of chain now.
This is so mean.
Chili's?
He might be very cultured. Who knows? He's a very smart guy.
I will say in the full swing, I was impressed with him and Meredith's coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee little date. That was, I think it was a Fairgrounds, which is I don't know if they still exist. I know the one in Chicago closed down, but they always had like a lot of different local coffee. So I'm impressed with that. Listen, maybe I'm out of bounds here, but I don't.
I couldn't
don't
believe
want
he was
to offend Dallas people. I don't want to offend anybody in Texas. I don't think Dallas is like the cultural hot spot of America, right? Like I just saw, and I'm not saying this. I just saw literally a post. I was traveling a lot yesterday, lots of social media time. I saw a post that said Dallas has the least amount of culture of any big city. It was a study that was done.
I wonder how you studied that. Museums, things like that. They don't have an orchestra or a hall. How do we study that?
I mean, they have the Kennedy assassination museum. They got that going for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Cowboys, PGA Frisco. I mean, that's anyways. Yeah,
you know what's going on in Dallas this week?
What?
U.S. Junior.
I did. I have that on our schedule for the week.
I saw Peter Boulware's kid was playing. Did you know that?
I was going to make that same joke.
And Peter Bolton's kid is also in it.
Who's that?
I didn't know that Peter Bolton moved to England.
You talking about Michael Bolton?
Ben Bolton.
Oh,
Or Michael Bolton. Yeah,
Michael Bolton. Peter Boulware, Michael Bolton. God. Yeah, Banks Steele. I love doing the name game in the junior. Did you see Banks Steele was DQ'd?
Did you hear about why?
His caddy threw his hat in the air. I mean, imagine that. You know, we're going through the motion. Imagine just being some dunce throwing your hat up in the air. And then your kid is bounced. Just acting like a fool, tossing your hat up in the air. What, like a newsie or something?
How come you can throw grass but not a hat?
I was wondering that. It seems kind of like a bullshit rule, if we're being honest.
Well, grass is like throwing. And secondly, why is the caddy throwing a hat instead of grass?
That's like.
It seems like grass would be way more effective than a hat.
Yeah, doesn't the hat just fall back? Yeah.
And it's like bigger. The wind's
too weighty.
Move it less.
Yeah. Feel bad for Banksy. Banks Steele. Some great U.S. junior. Miles Russell survived. Luke Colton, former Fried Egg Golf YouTube star, survived. I think he was winning again this morning.
I saw that. I know if he gets down big, he's got experience being down big.
Would you want to play Trinity Forest on July 24th? A bunch of matches, like a full week of matches?
I got to scratch my head here. I don't like. They're playing 36 today.
They're young. They can deal with it, but still,
it can't be good for you. Like 12 hours in the sun and 100-degree weather.
Yeah, it's not good. Maybe if you had your Echoes, it'd at least be comfortable. You know, you could wear your Echoes and you'd have your Prima Loft and your Gore-Tex. I don't know if you need Gore-Tex down there right now.
Well, they got that heel cup that makes it really comfortable.
Heel cup. You can learn more. You go to us.echo.com, peruse the golf shoes, peruse the casual shoes. I wore the casual shoes all last week in Ireland. They're Court, I think is the name of them. Court shoes, something like that. I got a nice compliment from Jeff Shackelford, who's not quick with the compliments. He enjoyed them.
Definitely not quick with the compliments.
He liked them. I don't know. He could have been just yanking my chain and making fun of them, but I think he was being genuine. And they kept me dry. They had great traction. You know, in the fescue, marching over the dunes, the fescue'd been matted down.
You didn't go with the trail shoes, huh? With the Michelin?
I packed them. They didn't get there on time. I did have the tanks were on site, but I didn't need the tanks on my feet, the terrain shoes. Those were just for Soakmont, where they came in handy. Someone said I looked like I worked for FEMA when I was walking around, showing up to like a flood zone or something in my rain gear and those terrain shoes. But yeah, the Court shoes were great and they were dry. They kept me dry. I have these other ones that are not Echoes and like they were a mesh material. I kept getting wet. So I went to the Court shoes. I wore those all week. You can, if you're marching 36 a day in the sun, trying to stay dry, whatever it is, they focus on feet. They spent years developing technology to make you comfortable, dry, and with traction. Let's go with that one. Go to us.echo.com. Check out the full alignment there. Anything else you want to talk about with Junior?
Well, I was going to say EVR playing a home game this week in Minnesota. The Gopher, he's a Echo ambassador. So just something to watch. You know, Echo could be flashing big this weekend.
What's he doing? He's 76. He's three over. He's almost
anything
TFL.
Else in the U.S. Junior? No.
Hey, what do you think? Speaking of the Happy Gilmore premiere, we'll just whip around Friday.
Well, we're a pop culture podcast here. So
what did you think about Scottie went? Which I thought it wasn't the proper way to celebrate, but different strokes for different folks. What do you think about Bryson and his Live London prep? He goes from Ireland to New York, then back across the pond just so he could get his little red carpet photo. And then he's back at Live London. Doesn't seem locked in to Live London. Going through the motions.
I I gotta say, everybody thinks being a golf influencer is easy. It's not. And this was influencer activity. This would, you go, you gotta make sure you're ever present. You got to get those social interactions, those social engagements. You got to have the picture. When the movie comes out, you have to have the red carpet picture and have a post planned about how fun it was to be on site shooting this, being a part of this movie. This is what an influencer has to have the content for the social posts. So I don't think enough's made that Bryson's got two jobs: golf influencer and content creator and high level pro. I think that goes under talked about, honestly.
I mean, if I'm a fellow crusher, I'm just a little disappointed. It's like
he carries them. I was thinking about this the other day.
Why were you thinking about that?
I was thinking about Liv. If you're Harold Varner or Thomas Peters, how you just pray that you're on John Rahm or Bryson's team, because you're going to make so much more money if you're on one of those two guys' teams.
Yeah. Caleb Surratt doing Caleb Surratt things.
Yeah, Caleb Surratt has made so much money despite not really doing anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Bryson,
actually, does the team money now goes back to the team, right?
Allegedly. Yeah. They're different. Hearing different stories about some of the members getting certain stakes of teams, looking to purchase more stakes, and maybe not fully understanding the value of them, but still parting with their money for a stake in certain teams. Yeah, I don't know if I'm Liv and I'm a teammate. I just don't see him crisscrossing. He did.
What owner would want to part with any of his stake? Is my question with how well it's going. That equity's gold.
I heard some rumors flying around Northern Ireland about some disgruntled players ready to be done with it, but some love it. I think Bryson is one. Rob, by the way, you're talking about part influencer. Rob was like, "Are you going to get into YouTube?" He's like, "No, absolutely not." I was like, "I don't have the time. I appreciate and admire what all those people are doing, but I have a family and I have a career, and that's it. Not doing YouTube."
Realistically, top 10 in the world. Who's the next likely YouTuber?
Of the top 10 in the world?
And we'll even go, Tommy Fleetwood's now a YouTuber. He's 15th. Bryson's 16th. He's a YouTuber. I'll give you the top 20.
Fleetwood's a YouTuber?
Oh, yeah. He's got his own YouTube page now.
Oh, yeah. He's posting multiple times a week. He's doing the whole thumbnail thing. He's got the system down. Yeah.
Wow. Fleetwood might be a sad boy. He seemed down at the Open ever since Travelers. I think he's been going through it.
I think that Travelers could inflict some long lasting scars.
I mean, the Tank. What about him? Could he get into YouTube? Chrome Dome content?
I can't think of maybe a man that's would be less likely to be the YouTuber.
Xander has an app, but still doesn't strike me as being a YouTuber.
Doesn't post on the app. The app's got no action.
No.
Honestly, I think building off of his starring roles in Stick and Happy Gilmore, maybe Collin Morikawa jumps into the ring. Maybe this is a way to really shove it to the media, is say, I really don't need you. I've got my own platform. And you guys, I don't need to talk to you. I can announce my caddy changes, my 6 caddy changes next year on my own platform. We
talked about this on CBS. Check out we didn't do a Wednesday show. I was traveling, you were traveling. We did a CBS show. Check it out on their YouTube page. It's Golf on CBS. But Morikawa was a subject of grades. We did major grades and open grades and major awards.
BP was grading on a negative curve where you get, if you get an A, you end up with a B or a C.
CBS posted it to their account, and you were getting chirped in the comments about some of your grades. Scottie not getting an A+ and stuff like that. People were all working because they've got thousands of maybe people who are not familiar with the SGS oeuvre.
One of my favorite things about doing the show on CBS is when they post social posts and they have 500,000 or whatever followers. One of my favorite things is going through the comments and seeing people just like skewering us.
Just like BP was getting cooked on TikTok this morning for saying Oakmont was the worst major this year.
Oh, God. That's great. This literally is one of my favorite things too.
You were getting cooked, being like, U.S. Open had an electric back nine on Sunday. So many guys could have won it. Like the Open sucked on Sunday because Scottie was never going to lose. Just absolutely getting cooked.
I welcome those kinds of commentary. That kind of commentary.
The grades is like devoid of context. It's just a list of all the grades. And it's like, okay, so if we're not going to listen to the explanation, then this is irrelevant anyway. So, okay. Like
pretty good. But Morikawa was the subject of that. And I was saying Joey LaMagna asked me like in the airport. I was like, I'm done talking about golf, but he still wanted to talk to me about golf. He's like, I'm done. I don't need to have golf conversations anymore right now. But he asked me if we ever hear from Collin Morikawa again. Like, again.
That's ridiculous. That is an absurd comment.
Outside
I'm not going to stand for it at all. I refuse to allow you to roll this out. I kind of let it pass by yesterday when you said it on the show. I will not stand for it today.
Okay, so you think he's gonna be
yes.
back? He's gonna win a major. Who knows?
I don't know if he's gonna win a major, but the last we're gonna hear from, the last we're gonna see him, is a preposterous comment.
Done. Boom. Out of here. All right. Bryson, when he was over, I mean, did you see it? He's talking a big game. He says he wants Rory and he's going to chirp him. And then I missed his talk on Sunday. Apparently, Keegan put a note in his locker. I was out on the golf course and said, we're going to bring like a wall of noise or enthusiasm to New York. So
a tsunami.
Tsunami of noise.
So Bryson idiom, if I've ever heard it.
And it's like, we're done. We're sick of losing. We're done with this. It's like, you've won off and on, like basically every year, right? What do you mean sick of losing?
You've lost once,
right?
You're on a one game losing streak.
This isn't 2016. They've won in big ways. 16, 18.
I don't think Bryson and Rory are real pen pals.
Doesn't seem like it.
I don't think Bryson really likes Rory.
I don't think. Yeah, I think. I don't
think he likes him at all.
Bryson.
No, I don't think he liked the Masters
because he didn't talk to him.
Yeah,
Seems like it's my understanding that Bryson was not warmly received in that little Vegas deal they did, the two Live Boys versus the two PJ, and I don't think Scottie and Rory were super into what he was putting down, from what I understand.
And I'm fairly certain that Bryson doesn't like Rory.
I had the quote. I mean, what's he doing the Happy Gilmore 2 premiere talking about this for? Because I'll be chirping in his ear this time. Now, if we go up against each other, I mean, you can be sure of it. I'll get into his ear a little bit. I think
there's the thing with Bryson is that he's got this media training for press conferences.
Yeah.
But then when he's like kind of like on his own and there's just like maybe one media member around, the guard comes down.
Yeah.
And the takes fly.
Do you consider this a take?
I think this is like he doesn't realize that somebody's going to write this.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope he keeps talking.
Me too.
Let it rip. Let it rip, thick boy. So he was.
PJ
in
got
New
to
York.
spend an afternoon with Bryson recently.
What'd you guys do? Go to Applebee's in Dallas? What'd you do?
That would have been great. I would love to know Bryson's take on half apps. What's his half apps order? Bryson strikes me as a half apps guy.
I'd love to know if he gets chocolate. Which chain restaurant has the best chocolate milk?
He's got rankings, I'm sure. Remember we had Harry Higgs on this podcast like 6 years ago.
We were the first people to Harry Higgs. We got on Harry Higgs Island first.
He
we
blew
were first
up.
podcast.
He talked about that Mexican joint like the SMU guys would go to, and everybody get like margs and stuff. And there's Bryson with the big tub of chocolate milk at the end of the bar. What did you do?
I mean, chocolate milk's awesome.
Oh yeah, sure.
Unequivocally, like delicious tasting. My daughter's gotten it a couple times, and I'm like, let me get a sip.
Do you want me to ruin it for it? We've done this before. I've ruined it like it's the milk that's discolored.
You know what? Nobody needs to know this stuff, Brendan.
I mean, it ain't coming out white, so that becomes the chocolate milk. Yeah, that's
fine. That's fine. What's the problem with that?
Yeah,
I mean, look at the egg culture now. You know, white eggs were and now brown egg. You know, nobody buys white eggs.
Sure,
brown eggs are all the rage.
How was your time with Bryson, PJ? Did he have takes? Can you corroborate that?
I can corroborate that Bryson definitely has takes. Bryson lets some things fly for sure.
And he didn't know you were just PJ Clark, classically trained journalist from Syracuse. That could have.
I don't think so. I think I was probably unassuming in my other duties during the time I spent near Bryson.
Okay,
just a kid learning how to caddy,
and he was letting the takes fly. All right. Well, he's letting them fly.
I was just trying to get my loop around the front nine of Oakmont, and Bryson was jawing his way through it for sure.
Well, he's jawing at Happy Gilmore too. Who knew the amount of content we get from Happy Gilmore 2 premiere on Netflix this week?
While we're here, I got a pretty good unsubstantiated rumor.
While we're here,
came across my desk.
Hard left turn. What do you got for us?
So this morning, that Corn Ferry Tour is around the friendly confines. They're in Chicago area.
Are they at that Glen? What is it? The
NV5 Invitational.
Right.
I don't know what NV5 does, but
neither do I. It's sponsored this event for a couple of years now, though.
Yeah.
Technical Engineering and Consulting Solutions. Still have no idea what they do. It's a leading provider of tech-enabled engineering, testing, inspection, and consulting solutions for the built environment. No clue. So what's your unsubstantiated rumor?
They just do it for the built environment. What about the unbuilt?
I don't know. I mean, God, there's not. This is so many words that tells you nothing. Go ahead. What did we learn?
I guess I would say a fairly high-profile player, Sam Bennett, showed up at the first tee this morning, early tee time, without a caddy.
What?
So there's threesome. There's only 2 caddies. There's
Sam Bennett, low am at the
2022
Masters.
US Am champ. There without a caddy.
Do you take a cart?
So,
what do you do?
Well, it's against PGA Tour regulations.
Yeah.
You have to have a caddy.
Okay.
So what happened was, the person that was supposed to caddy for him, they got in a fight, and they didn't show up.
Oh no.
And so he just pulled some guy out of the crowd. There wasn't a big crowd. It was 7 a.m. at a Corn Ferry event.
Yeah.
He pulled a guy. There was a guy apparently taking a leak in bushes 50 yards away. And he got flagged down, was told he had to put the bib on. So the guy caddied the 10th hole, teed off 10. Bennett makes a birdie, and by the time he gets to 11, apparently a club caddy is on the bag.
Interesting.
So,
Sam Bennett kind of going through it. It feels like,
Yeah.
It seems like there's tumult in his world.
Seems like the fight might be some tumult too.
Yeah. That's a good unsubstantiated rumor. I like that. Any other leaderboard chats we want to talk about? We got the MV5.
It's early.
We got. Cameron Champ's playing well. My pick on CBS and Blaine, Minnesota.
Wait, Svensson shot 11 under?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ball in hand, preferred lies, right back into it. Thank you. Go from Portrush to ball in hand, Blaine. Land of 10,000 man-made lakes and a former sod farm. So that's how we're going into the playoffs on a sod farm. That's good.
I mean, there's such a good chance for ball in hand at Wyndham too.
Sure.
And Memphis. And Caves Valley.
And Baltimore.
What if they went ball in hand the rest of the way in?
God, I was hearing about all the millions of dollars they put into caves to make it harder because it got carved up. It's it's going to be.
This is like a tale as old as time.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a few weeks.
We're going to host a PGA Tour event every 10 years, but we got to make sure it's hard for these guys that come to it once every
Ricky
10
shot
years.
65.
And then by the time the next time you host, the game's completely changed, and all the bunkers you built, they hit over.
Did you see that John Lowe tweet I sent last night?
Yeah, I did.
About equipment.
I almost retweeted it, but I didn't hit the button.
About equipment. As you talk about how the architects have to change it every 10 years. I was reading that the other day. The game has been waging a battle against the inventor, and the architect has come to its assistance. The one aim of the inventor is to minimize the skill required by the game. He tries to invent something which will make skill less necessary. He appeals to the skill-less player and offers him something, quote, much easier to play with. The inventor has been allowed too much license, and but for the counter influence of the architect, the game would have been entirely emasculated. That's, from the 1920s. And here we are with every equipment company, aka the inventor, complete total thumb on the scale with everything.
Don't tell Titleist that.
I mean, complete thumbs on the scale. Whether it's the tours,
I did read some
the
of the
media
comments
that covers it. What's that?
I did read some of the comments, and all your comments were like, the game's so popular. Well, the game was popular in the 20s. The game was popular. Like in the 20s, there was a lot of talk about golf overtaking baseball as the national pastime of America.
Yeah.
Then the Depression hit, and that kind of changed things. And then, it was pretty popular in like the 70s and the 80s too.
Yeah.
In the 90s. I mean, at that point, pre-Tiger, they were talking about how, there's so much demand for golf, you could build a new golf course every day. But now it's all the equipment that's led to this popularity. Not like a game that's really interesting to play. It's not the game. I watch basketball because of the shot clock. The inventions of the game. I watch basketball because of the new shoe technology, Brendan.
Continuing with
when they came out with the composite basketball, it really just changed the arc of the sport.
Is there anything else in Minnesota worth discussing? Look, it's a stinky event. It's got a good field. It stinks though.
It's interesting with FedEx Cup standings mean a lot more. So the next couple weeks, top 70 for playoffs. Like, I think it's like embarrassing for some of these big names if you don't make the playoffs. It's honestly embarrassing. So I think you will see guys grinding a little bit more, carrying a little bit more. So top 70 playoffs, top 50 signature events. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
As we've seen, what signature events can do for people like Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler. And both of them actually didn't qualify for them. But
yeah,
I have to come up with some different comparisons for people that qualified. So top 50 qualify. So that's an important number. And then listen, I think like an underrated achievement in pro golf. We talk about winning a lot, and winning is so important, for the discourse. But only one guy gets to win. And honestly, I think something that doesn't get talked about is when you're a player that plays 4 majors a year for a really long time. And one way to qualify for all 4 majors is top 30 in the FedEx Cup. And playing all 4 majors that is like a real achievement when you're qualified for all 4 majors. For, once you get past like the top 25 guys in a sport, that's like an honest,
it's an elite class
achievement.
Yeah. It's an elite class. You see some of the guys who have to go to sectional qualifying, because they're not in fields. But yeah.
I mean, Westy had to qualify into the Open. And you're talking about one of the legends of the game.
Yeah. Cam Young's at sectionals.
Do you think Westy's going to play another major?
I think he might get into another Open.
It's a bummer.
What?
It's a bummer he's not playing the Senior Open this week because of Liv.
Anything going on there, PJ, we need to be aware of?
Alker Boy went low, first round leader as of right now. They had the marquee group of Ernie, Pato, and Miguel Angel Jimenez. They were out there prominently featured on the coverage. You had Zinger going back and forth with like the British broadcasters, which was great.
That's great.
Real like combining of worlds this morning. But my one amusement was they were calling Angel Cabrera El Pato in a British accent. They weren't really getting the real emphasis on how to say duck in Spanish. So that imagine that in a British accent. I'm not going to waste everybody's time by trying to do that. But that
we
was
have
great.
any ground to criticize other people's pronunciations.
No, I certainly don't.
How terrible we are. But that's at Sunningdale. I mean, a great opportunity to look at one of the great courses in the world on television.
It was raining pretty hard for the later wave today. Ernie was out there sopping wet. So.
Let's do schedule for the week. The 3M Open, TPC Twin Cities. We already talked about that. The PGA Tour Champions. That's the ISPS Handa Senior Open at Sunningdale Golf Club. Your defending champ. Actually, Stephen Dodd won it there in 2021. Last time they did the seniors at Sunningdale. We don't see it very often, so it's good to get that. What's the purse there? TBD. They haven't announced it yet. Notables: Choi, Darren Clark, Ernie Els, Padraig Harrington, Bernhard, Miguel Angel, Monty, also in the field. That is coffee golf this week, 8:30 to 2, and then finishing around 2 on NBC on Sunday. And the women's tour, LPGA, we have the ISPS Handa. So ISPS Handa is the Senior Open and the Women's Scottish Open at Dundonald Links, which is where they've had the Women's Scottish yet again.
Little slice of America in Scotland there, Dundonald.
The Dundonald Links. Purse is $2 million. Defending champ is Lauren Coughlin. She's in the field with Arya Jutanagar, Megan Kane, Nelly, Minji Lee, Maya Stark, Rio Takada, and Lottie Woad. I think shot a 67 her first round as a pro. Went low. I think she was 5 under, Lottie Woad. Elsewhere, we also have the U.S. Junior, which we talked about. That's going on at Trinity Forest. We'll get a little TV for that on Friday. It's on Peacock, and then on tape delay, 8 to 10 p.m. And 3 to 5 p.m. on Saturday on tape delay. So little U.S. Juniors, putting them up in lights on TV in Trinity Forest. That's your. Oh, and then we have Live London.
We'll give
still
the
going
U.S.
on.
Junior the event of the week. Trinity Forest.
I thought you wanted to give it to Wisconsin.
I almost did that. But the Brewers are pissing me off, so I'm gonna keep it out of Wisconsin.
Why are the Brewers pissing you off?
They're just general. Their fans are generally annoying. Their team's generally annoying, and so
a lot of hype around the Packers uniforms they released yesterday too. Speaking of Wisconsin,
God, it's gonna be tough for the Packers when they're the worst team in the division. Did
you see the Browns guy fell off the pier? Do we think that's real? PJ?
I don't think so.
As a former
No.
NFL content.
I'm very sure it's not real.
I think that Mr. Met falling on stage a couple weeks ago was
That
real.
I know was real. That I believe I have figured out the issue with that there. I think that was the backup Mr. Met because the primary Mr. Met was already in Atlanta for the All-Star game. So I think
Mrs. Met there.
Mrs. Met. I don't remember if she was at the concert.
She would be a Lumineers fan.
She was my mom and my sister were there, so they actually
serious?
got the incident on video on record. But I believe that was not Mr. Met A. So it's a tough spot for a guy to be walking around in the costume on stage who isn't your number one guy.
My favorite part was he dropped the tambourine first and then walked right off the stage.
My mom said he did not catch one tambourine that they threw at him. They did it repeatedly, and he just didn't. He couldn't do it.
Hey, was that at Citi Field?
Yeah.
The Lumineers are big enough to be selling Citi Field?
Yeah, I heard it was
Monster. Great. Soldier Field. They go all the giant places.
I'm not up on them, I guess. They could sell out. I think one of them follows design disasters, doesn't it, PJ?
Yes, yeah. The singer has commented on a couple design disasters.
Well, a Lumineer.
I saw that Megan Thee Stallion was playing a design disasters course.
Well, they were playing people were looking into submitting the course on behalf of Megan Thee Stallion.
All sorts of things happening. Go check out the Lost Marsh one. We finally put that up with Andy coming in.
I might try and go. I'm going to be in Chicago. I might try and go to Lost Marsh.
I might mail you out the influencer mics just so you can go out there and have yourself a little day.
Check out the Lost Marsh. And
I like it. People get out there early. Get some drone footage of the opening holes. I mean, the best part is like the back nine's got some like doozies, some real doozies. We didn't even.
Problem is, you're too good. You need somebody. You need somebody average to go flounder and play those holes.
I'm telling you, it is that place will wreck you, no matter who you are, out of the gates. It's absurd. It's preposterous. The third hole might be the hardest hole in all of Chicagoland. It's in Indiana, technically.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. But, just annexing,
Well, no, I mean, Chicagoland includes Northwest Indiana. Okay. Like, legitimately. And it includes Milwaukee, so.
I understand.
It's a good news. I guess the Brewers are just like another Chicago team. We've got 3 baseball teams. I guess that's the way I should think about it.
Quick whip around. Liv is done paying European Tour fines for its European Tour players. This is a Jimmy Corrigan report, and what does he write for? The Telegraph, I believe, just came out. They're going to stop paying their player fines to the DP World Tour. I guess that could impact Ryder Cup stuff. Not sure. I don't think it's a big deal, quite honestly. I don't know where Liv's going right now. They applied for WGR stuff. We never really talked about that last week.
Trevor didn't take the bait. He didn't talk about it on the Egg Pod after. Gave him a couple chances. Tried to suggest he had some paperwork to get through, and he kind of just smiled and moved on.
Speaking of CBS personalities, IBF is retiring. He's got, I guess, 2 more. Ian Baker Finch, he's just done. Did it without little fanfare. Didn't need a retirement tour at all, or a whole year about him. As people shower him with praise at each stop. He's doing it this year, though. He's done. So this summer, he's retiring. He's great. It's always nice having his voice. There was like the chuckle about him was he never said anything negative. Like he could turn even the most like blatant cheating thing or something like horrible shot into like a positive comment. That was like
I love when somebody just hits a terrible shot and he's like, oh, must have picked the wrong club there.
It sounds like a true nice gentleman of the game. One thing, a personal anecdote. I remember I saw him at the Masters when he had 17. I saw him out early at the Masters on the green at 17, just like rolling balls, studying, like walking, pacing it off, walking all around. And this had to be like 2018 or 19. Like he's been doing the Masters forever. And is it the biggest thing in the world? Is it working in the coal mines? Of course not. It's a great job, but I don't know. That always just struck with me, like guy who he probably knows the course, he knows the holes, he knows that hole, and he was just out there early, like actually doing the work. And so that stuck with me a little bit. Seems like someone who's always done that. So
he's
sad to see him leave.
not flying in on Wednesday night of a major.
Who did that?
Oh, unsub rumors.
I heard an unsub rumor about someone coming in real late to Oakmont, real late for TV. So farewell to Ian Baker Finch. We've enjoyed his work. We'll get a couple more weeks. Other news.
I bet that coming in real late to the Oakmont was the USGA's fault.
Could be the issue. Elsewhere, the Ryder Cup 2031 going to Spain. Camaral. I'm probably mispronouncing it. Just a resort town in Spain. I think Spain should have a Ryder Cup, should have it more, frequently, I suppose. Valderrama was the first one to ever leave the GB&I. But same old song. Just garbage.
Money grab.
Garbage DP World Tour venue choices for the Ryder Cup. Do I think the Ryder Cup overcomes it, stands alone? Does it, is less reliant on venue? Sure. Is it also a lost opportunity to make it even better, to add as much as possible? Yes, it is.
I love the premise of like, you don't need a good golf course for match play. It's like, well,
Royal Melbourne,
a good golf course would make the event unequivocally better.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the best match play course on the schedule is next year's P Cup. The P Cup, and then they go to is it Kingston Heath?
I think it's Kingston Heath. Yeah, Kingston Heath.
I mean, the P Cup is Montreal. We saw the great Royal Montreal put Pendy in a blender.
It's I don't know, owned by an Irish billionaire in Spain. This is what Marco Simone, La Golf Nationale. I think they're gonna have to send one to Denmark pretty soon with all the Danes, all the various piss bears, rummaging around on tours, and the young whippersnappers, twins. They got to go to Denmark soon.
One of these years, we're going to go to an away Ryder Cup.
Yeah. Does Adair Manor count as an away Ryder Cup?
I don't know.
Feels like an American resort, essentially. But
I'm kind of talking myself into Adair Manor. On the scale of European Ryder Cup venues,
sure.
It actually is like good.
Sure.
I'm sure the accommodations will be great for those players too.
Oh,
you think Xander will be happy with accommodations?
I'm sure he'll find a way. Find a way to be less than thrilled. So that stinks. Spain, Spanish resort, 2031.
Is it close to any of the cities?
I think it's like a resort area. I think it's kind of remote. So
it stinks even more.
Pretty far. There's Catalunya. Yeah. I don't think it. Maybe Barcelona, a little close to that. So, that's your whip around Friday news. Anything else that I'm not getting off here? PJ, you see anything?
No? I think that's it on news. Here. I think that's it on news. We're good.
All right,
we hit on everything. Happy Gilmore, big news.
Let's go to Best Day Brewing Golf Advice. Get a few of these flying. Best Day Brewing. My wife has been really into these. I've been in these. We've had some pool nights tonight. Pool nights this week since I got back. Heck, got the Best Day Kolsch going. Took one of those up there.
Kolsch is a great one.
It's a great one. They've got a lot of variety. Sometimes with these NA situations, it's like piss. It's disgusting. It's terrible. These are like proper brews. Best Day Brewing. You can go to bestdaybrewing.com. Use the promo code FRIEDEGG20. And you get 20% off your first order. That's FRIEDEGG20. You get 20% off your first order. It's weekday beers. It's lunch beers. You talked about this. Just cracking one at lunch and not having to worry about the buzz. enjoying the taste.
My buddy from Chicago, he's trying to make a NA beer account happen, on Instagram. Yeah. He tries like all the NA beers. It's NAs of the world with periods between each of the words.
Okay.
He is a big believer in Best A. He thinks it's the best one. And this is a guy that's like legitimately like tried all of them.
He's done it. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of their Electro Lime too. You go do a little Taco Tuesday. Not always, Taco Tuesday is a nice night to have a couple beers.
Yeah.
But not every Tuesday it's advisable to have a couple beers.
No.
But you get that Electro Lime, you feel like you're partaking while still feeling clear and level-headed, and you feel like you can do stuff, and not become just melt into the couch later at night.
Yep. Go to bestdaybrewing.com. Promo code is FRIEDEGG20. You get 20% off. This is just whether you're doing chores, whatever it is, get a little bit of the taste, maybe that placebo effect without all the other nonsense. Go to bestdaybrewing.com. Promo code is FRIEDEGG20. Let's go to SGS Golf Advice. Send your emails to sgsgolfadvice@gmail.com. Getting through them. We got a long backlog, but we're going to be doing these all fall, summer. We have a lot of golf advice coming every Friday. So send your notes in, sgsgolfadvice@gmail.com. This one comes from, David, 39, 2 kids, a mostly eroded interest in fighting. Yesterday, I was finishing a Friday twilight round as a guest at I'll just say North Carolina country club. A dozen or so people were sitting in Adirondack chairs behind the 18th green, loudly, clearly enjoying their evening beverages. My blocked approach shot landed just off the cart path, and I elected to take free relief for stance interference. I dropped twice near the edge of my relief area, and both times ball rolled outside of it, where I would still have a stance interference with the pavement. I then picked up my ball and placed it at the spot the second drop first hit the ground, at which point I heard an audible, "Hey, what are you doing? Those are both good drops. That's a penalty," from the peanut gallery behind the green. I didn't respond or look back, though, and just proceeded to chip on and 2-putt for bogey. Meanwhile, a second buzzed voice then shouted over to my 2 playing partners on the opposite side of the green, "I hope you aren't playing that guy for money. Dude is clearly cheating. Probably has been all round." I was now really fighting the urge to clap back at these big letter hat bros and possibly break a decade-long streak of being physical confrontations free on the golf course. Unbeknownst to these fellas, though, I happen to be a rules official with, quote, expert certification. I would have loved to have invited them down to have them mansplain to me just how they believed I should have handled the relief procedure differently. But in a rare moment of, quote, demonstrated restraint, I more typically fall on the side of unfiltered unpleasantness. I held back and just ignored them. Remember that I was playing as a guest of my cousin, who was a new member, fairly new to golf, and has been very generous to invite me to play there several times since joining. Part of me really wonders, though, might I have been obliged to handle the situation a little differently? So should I have? Perhaps I should have acted more like a Matt Kuchar role model and demonstrated to my cousin that it's never okay in, quote, golf etiquette to passively tolerate the ignorant musings of country club bros. How should one handle misguided or ignorant hecklers on the golf course? Would it make a difference if I were a member there, or if it were a resort or muni course to which no one in my group had any affiliations? Urge to golf fight, possibly rising. First off, can you not enjoy your time on the patio, your Adirondack chairs, wherever it is? Unless it's like your best friend or your brother and you guys give each other crap all the time, just keep all commentary to yourself. I feel like this is a frequent issue where because you're sitting near a golf hole, enjoying yourself, you are now required to provide commentary or shouts or jokes. Just keep it to your current setting in your group. Just because you're adjacent does not mean you need to also become a part of whatever golf is happening hereby. It's a common issue.
The reality, too, is if this guy just placed the ball,
who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, you have to be a complete loser to think you're...
now you're offending people that like to do this. I get the appeal of, you're with your boys, you're having a few pops, and you're chirping. And there's, I think a lot of clubs have, a culture of this. This is what you do. But at the same time, let's just like try and keep it like lighthearted. Accusing some guy of cheating seems, especially if you didn't watch the whole sequence, seems ridiculous. And like, why don't you just like keep it lighthearted? Like, I think the problem is like people get like shy and are so self-conscious about their golf game, and they fear like the 18th hole at places like that have this kind of setup.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I'm not going to condone, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like, don't have fun. Right. But just keep it like fun. Don't laugh when somebody misses a short putt, because like, if you're laughing because somebody missed that short putt, means you probably missed that short putt before, And I don't know. I just like think like it's okay. It's okay to have like fun and but at the same time, like you're impeding other people's experience.
Unsolicited advice on rules, swing, commentary is just, I don't know. It's the worst. It's just obnoxious. I think you could have clapped back, quite honestly. Seems like you were well within your right, but it's not your
I think
club.
You should have walked over.
Yeah.
And just been like, oh, like, what do you guys think I should have done? And then have them explain it, and then be, well, I'm actually a rules official, and this is how and then what you do is you flip it, and that guy is going to feel embarrassed in front of his boys.
It seems like he may be pretty unembarrassable, shameless if he's shouting dumb shit from the patio.
I think generally if somebody's shouting,
yeah,
and doing that, then they're probably the most worried about being embarrassed.
Maybe that may be that's insecurities that coming out when they're doing that.
What was I gonna say?
Clap back.
I do think he handled it incredibly well.
Yeah,
like that is the right thing to do, is just to ignore it.
Yeah, and it's not your club and your cousins or whatever. It's the new member, new to golf. Just let it go. Member guest faux pas. This is from Ian. Hey guys, 44 with gorgeous lats. No interest in fighting. I'm visiting my mom during the week of the what?
Gorgeous lats.
What does that mean? I'm visiting my mom during the week.
It means he has got gorgeous lats.
I got it. I just didn't know why that information was offered. I am visiting my mom during the week of the member guest at the course I grew up on. My former invites are no longer members, but I've watched the goings-on passively from her house. There are two preaches of, I don't know, etiquette, basic courtesy, perhaps, God help me, bro code that I've seen that have made me shudder. And interestingly, I've seen them both twice from different parties. First, two different dorks on golf motorcycles seem to have invited guests to their member guest, only to leave their guests riding in a cart alone while they cruise on their 7-mile-per-hour hog. Second, I've seen two wives riding along watching. Not two wives getting the casual, oh, sure, why don't the two of you grab a cart together and follow along? But two women riding alone in different groups who were there watching on the 10th and still watching when the group passed again on 15. My question, which is worse? I'm hardly one for stag events and think it is fine when wives show up to watch on 18, but both these behaviors just seem strange to me. The worst one is the motorcycles. Get the hell out of here with that.
Have you ridden one of those?
What?
Have you ridden one of those?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
Where?
Lawsonia.
Oh.
I was just rolling around at one of our events on one. It's fun. It's honestly like legitimately fun to ride.
I'm sure it's fun. But you remember guest and then you just leave your guest in the cart solo? I mean, walk.
Kind of love it. You could you could get out, you could go different places than the cart can go.
They look fun. They're always on the PGA show, zipping around with all this, that, and the other.
Honestly,
that's bad behavior.
If I lived on a golf course, I might like one of those. If I had I'd prefer a golf cart,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind having a motorcycle. It's legitimately fun.
Little motorcycle. PJ's computer crashed. Now he's got 4. Now he's crashing Riverside.
Quad box here.
Yeah, we're quad
Oh
box.
no, there's a quad box now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's not good.
So you think? What about the women?
Well,
I don't want. You're going to get us
I don't-
canceled. This is the emailer's point of view.
this is the email. You know what? Like, I'm just like kind of a big let people do whatever they want to do on the golf course thing.
Oh yeah.
And like, as long as you play fast and you're respectful of your playing partners, I don't really care what you do.
Yeah.
Is that too down the middle here? And like, from this standpoint, like, if a guy's wife wants to come out, like, I know my wife wouldn't have any interest in coming out to watch me play golf.
No.
That's like at the very bottom of the list of things that she would want to do.
Yeah.
But like, if your wife wants to come watch you play golf, like, congratulations. Like, she really loves you, because like, I wouldn't want to go watch anybody play golf that's like a 8 handicap playing in a member guest. Like,
Or maybe
so
she's worried
congrats.
about shenanigans.
Like, if your wife wants to come out, like, whatever, who cares?
Yeah. I don't think this is that big a deal. The motorcycle thing's worse. Just it's bad hosting.
What do you
Just-
mean?
Wait, I mean, it's a member guest. You're supposed to like play with your partner, bond, talk, walk together. You're not even riding together. You're just
What if
zipping
this-
around like, on your motorcycle, like Evil Knievel. And your other, this guy's just got to fend for himself back in the cart. Terrible. There's this, assume it's a 2-seater cart. And you're
What
just
if you
going to
got
show
a
off your
2-seater
hog.
motorcycle
What?
you rode together? They should make 2-seater motorcycles.
Arms around the waist.
What if it has one of those little side cars?
Someone don't tempt these developers. They'll build one. The little sidecar where you're riding low to the ground and you hop in.
Would you ride
Take me
in
to
a
my ball
sidecar?
first.
I'd love it. I honestly,
What
I
you
think
doing?
I'd love the novelty of it. I'd love like just like kind of getting down into it in between every shot.
What if they gave you, like the goggles that you gotta wear?
Yeah.
Like,
The helmet
you-
should-
They should come with like full motorcycle helmet and goggles. Like,
Oh, that's good. That's good. No, the motorcycle one's worse. I think the women following's totally fine. They want to watch. They're into it.
what would the event have to be, Brendan, for your wife to come out and watch you?
Oh God, I don't know. I asked her like the BMW like Caves is coming if she wanted to go, like maybe we all go up. She's like, I wouldn't go to that if you paid me. She has no interest in going to that. I don't know. Like I guess if you're in the shootout and you're gonna win, like you might show up. She might show up at like the 18th green. I guess maybe, but. I mean, what circumstances would your wife watch you golf?
None.
Masters?
At this point, none.
What if you got in the USAM? What if you qualified for like the mid-am
No,
again or
because
something like that?
I qualified for a mid-am and she had no interest in coming to watch it. My wife came and watched. We had just started dating, and I was in the finals of a club championship, and she came out to watch that and rode in a cart. And it was amazing because like she just got given like free drinks by these creepy old members all day.
Yeah, sure.
But after that day, she's had zero interest in ever
Watching you
attending
play golf.
anything. I wouldn't even ask her to. I know she has no interest in it.
If you had like Masters tickets, she might.
I don't
do
think
that,
she would come.
like as a social thing. No. Okay.
I've thought about that. Is I would like
Pebble.
to do like Saturday at the Masters as a fan
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah.
We'll have the boys come in on the pod.
I mean, woe is us. We have to actually work at the Masters. It takes the joy out of it. No.
I would love to do the Masters as a fan one day.
Yeah. Have one of those azaleas you always want, but you got to work.
A couple years ago, Brendan's brother, it was the year it rained a ton.
Yeah.
He was down and he went to Saturday. It was the ROM year.
I think it's Rahm. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
where it just like pissed rain. It was like it was like 58 degrees and rainy.
Yep.
And we came across a badge that had the clubhouse access.
Yep.
And your brother was there. It was just one badge, and your brother was there alone. And you obviously have access to the bar.
Yep.
There.
Yep.
I think how many azaleas do you think he had?
He had a good amount. I mean, honestly, sounds glorious. Solo?
It was like
by
75
yourself?
that day too, and sunny.
Oh, God. And then he milked that badge for all it was worth. I mean, he was out there. They'd given the trophy away. They were already, they were breaking down the tables. And look, I could see him in the background, a Golf Channel interview. Like, it's dark out. He's like still milling about outside around the clubhouse, probably with an azalea. It's great.
He had those big boots on too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he came down for that.
Because the kitty litter.
That was a good setup. Speaking of, let's do one more. Talking about best day. This is a best day in ticket advice. This is from Luke. Hello, Andy, Brendan, PJ. I'm 40 years old and from the middle of Canada. I wonder what that means. What's the middle of Canada?
Like Saskatoon?
Maybe. I've had the matches.
You know what we should do sometime? Sorry to interrupt.
No, go, please.
We should do like what Canadian town would you most want to be from? Because they have the best town names.
Yeah,
Saskatoon legit is like right in the middle of Canada.
Good pull, Andy.
Well,
pretty good.
This is a guy that used to do freight logistics at one point in his life.
What?
Know a lot of random towns.
I don't think I knew that.
Oh,
Freight
yeah.
logistics.
Yeah, they used to ship stuff around the country. That was my first job out of college for Schneidus, the big orange trucks.
Okay.
Well, around multiple countries.
Yeah, that's right. My
You were
favorite
an
was always
international freight
Moose
logistics.
Jaw is high up there.
I was
for
going
me.
to say Moose, that Moose Jaw. Yeah, that might be one. I'd want
Moose Jaw. We could do a whole post about the nominees because there's just some amazing ones.
This is from Luke in Canada. I'm 40 years old. I've had the matches in September. I think he's speaking of the Walker Cup. Circle on my calendar since Cypress Point has been announced as the host venue at Christmas time 9 years ago. When the lottery was announced, I entered and managed to procure a ticket for Saturday. Lucky boy.
Honestly, people aren't talking. That was the hardest lottery, I think. I think that was a harder lottery to win than the Masters.
The Masters. I've been thinking about the best way to utilize my one and likely only day I'll likely ever spend on this property. However, since I've never attended a golf tournament before, I'm not sure what to expect. I would say this is a unique one. It's not exactly like the BMW Championship with thousands of people. So
there's no ropes.
There's no ropes, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've never attended a golf tournament before, I'm not sure what to expect. So I wanted to get your thoughts on how I should spend my day. My initial thought was to get there at the gate opening and immediately go walk the course front to back, then follow a match for a second tour of the property. Is this advisable? Is there anything else to consider here? So his question is very specific about Cypress Point in a day. I think let's answer that, and also, some general advice and tenets for if you get a, say, Masters or US Open ticket or something like that. They're much easier to get, I suppose.
My advice, walk it backwards, actually, 18 green to the first tee, and then walk it with the match the other way. I think the walking courses backwards is very underrated, especially if you're going to walk it twice.
Yep.
Walk it backwards, you'll see something different, and then you watch the shots played. Because, the green kind of tells the story of the hole, right?
Yep.
That's like the starting point. That's why I always tell people to do at the Masters is actually start on 18 green and walk it backwards.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is what an amazing ticket to get.
Anywhere you'd post up. I know it's limited because there's only so many matches.
I don't think you need to post up.
Yeah,
there's so few people at it.
Yeah.
Like, you could just pick a match and go follow it. Like, I think that's one of the best, why match play is so fascinating. Like, you want to see the ebbs and flows of the match, and hopefully you pick one that's really close and goes down to the wire. And if it doesn't, then bounce back and to another group. But one of the neat things about a match is you're kind of like watching a tennis match in a way.
Yeah. Yep. Front to back. I think he's got it dialed. I'm going to walk the course front to back and then follow a match for a second tour.
I would go back to front.
You're saying, yeah. You're
That's
right.
my tweak.
I
Start on the coast, and walk
Yep.
back, and then walk around the other way.
Yep. Start with 17, 6. Yeah, you're hitting the showpieces right away there. So,
Are you
great
going to
stuff.
be ready for 18th hole at Cypress is bad discourse in a couple weeks?
No. I mean, I know that's a common discussion point. Who were we talking to? Someone was saying they loved it recently. I forget who we were talking to. They actually loved the 18th at Cypress. But, anyways, no, I'm not ready. Are you ready for that discourse?
I don't think I'm ready for all the social posts about Cypress. I think I'm gonna it's gonna make me like get out on Cypress.
You won't believe.
Yeah, just like
This is incredible.
You know what it is? It's just like the way. So, I think like my issue with social media right now is like there's like a clear like formula
Yep.
of how to make something go viral.
Yep.
And it involves like just completely overindulging on the description.
Yep.
And like just exaggerating or like exaggerating either way.
Yep.
In praise or in negativity. And
extremes.
I just think when it like with Cypress, it's just going to be over the top. And like I love it's probably like if I had the chance to play one course before I died, I think I might play Cypress Point. It's incredible, but it's just going to be over the top. It's like and like the one reason like I say that is like nobody's gonna get a chance to play this golf course really, and it's like.
Right.
Well, it's cool to talk about like what makes it so unique and everything.
Right.
But like, everybody's going to be sharing their like personal pictures of playing there. And, I don't know. It's just, I just like to have reason. Like, I think like the way social media has become, which is frustrating, is like, it's just not the way any human being would talk if you were having a conversation. And that's what it's supposed to replicate in its theory, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. It sounds like a curmudgeon.
You won't believe how sick this golf hole is. Incredible views. Incredible. What would you hit if you were standing on the 16th tee?
Who we could ask about how to make some you won't believe content?
Bryson?
YouTuber Tommy Fleetwood.
YouTuber Tommy Fleetwood.
Well, like, I'll get out ahead of this. Bryson's driven the 17th green at Cypress a couple times. So maybe we could get him out there.
Oh, it's going to get
do
aggregated.
a YouTube video about it.
Yeah.
You won't believe. I think Rory's driven it too.
Just from that back tee box out there and just send it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's going to be a catnip. Will any of the kids
speed demons
drive the 17th green?
Yeah. Some of those speed demons, the young kids.
Got to decide who's going from our team.
Yeah, we do. We're going to be on site. We'll be there at the Walker Cup. Maybe we'll
Are you going to be there?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's. Do you want me to be there?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go to the Ryder Cup. I gotta mind my travel here.
That's the thing. I've just got back from 10 days in Ireland.
Going anywhere seems kind of daunting right now. But
we had a big family pool day. I saw.
We did. We all went to the pool. We had our best day. We had our best day brewing. You can go to bestdaybrewing.com. That promo code's fried egg 20.
I just got a fried egg, like one of those little coolers, fried egg golf club cooler thing. Bucket.
Oh, the Jones bag or something like that. Yeah,
it's insulated. You could use it as like a shag bag, or it's insulated for a cooler.
I was wondering what that was about. Okay,
and
multifaceted.
I'm gonna start using it for the beach. Perfect for best days.
I like
Throw them in there.
I like that. I've got my Jupiter Lakes Yeti for my beach, but I do like the fried egg.
Not all of us get crooked with TGL teams.
Oh, get out of here! You like frog year like left and right. Get out of here.
You noticed that he took down the Frogs poster in the background? I noticed that.
I did notice that. Look,
I put up the Port Rush poster.
No, it seems like your loyalty is being tested these days.
Your little poverty franchise can't send you a Yeti cooler like mine can. Then that's your problem. You got to deal with it.
You know, I got this new thing for my background. It's one of these poster hangers that has the magnetics.
Yeah.
So you don't have a glare, because I'm trying to get rid of my glare in my background. And I ordered this, and I said to my wife, I was like, can I just do like 4 of these? She's like, no, it'll look stupid. So I went for a second opinion to Abby on our team. She told me the same thing.
No,
I told my wife that I went for a second opinion.
Uh-oh.
She got really mad.
Yeah, why would you say that?
but both confirmed that my interior design instincts were off.
Good. All right, that does it for this Friday episode of Going Through the Motions. We'll be back with you on Monday. We'll talk about the 3M Open. We'll talk about the Junior, talk about the Senior Open, the Women's Scottish. We'll have a full recap.
Sure, PCA will do something good between now and then.
How are the Mets doing, PJ? Are they back?
They're hot.
They are.
4-game win streak. Don't look now. Going to Andy. They flew to San Francisco last night. Going to Andy's side of town.
Guards are coming back. We're like 51-50. Thought the season was over, but we're like 11-2 in our last 13 games. So coming back. Maybe
I thought you were a Nationals fan.
Orioles, Nationals, Guards, you name it. You can do anything around here.
How are you feeling about Shedeur? I saw he was the player to watch at Browns camp.
I don't know what the golf equivalent is to people reacting to training camp videos, but the amount that's already on my timeline, you talk about the uselessness of social media and the overindulgence and the overhype. Like, he went 4 for 4 or something like that. Like, he's cooking. All training camp stuff needs to be just completely eviscerated.
Well, like, the normal reaction to this would be like, Shedeur Sanders was good today. But that's not going to get you the engagements you're looking for. So you have to just glaze them.
It's talking like my kids. Like, I don't like Jimmy because he just glazes Sean all day. Like, it's all they love using the word.
I'm trying to use the kids' terms. Glaze, gas.
So who glazes people? The Irish media. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah.
You're like an Irish player. Unbelievable how they.
I feel like the whole Ireland and British Isles just glazes everything. They're afraid of being critical of any of their own.
Martin, yeah, they are. There is a little hesitancy there. A little bit of glazing going on, as they say. All right, everybody enjoy your weekends. We'll be back with you on Monday to talk golf.